I watched the episode today and I was blown away. I was flabbergasted and I was just thinking the whole time, this is genius.
Oh, that makes me so happy to hear it. Thank you. I'm with you. I've shot it for 6 weeks. I've read the script so many times. I've seen it now like 3 or 4 times, and I'm still just like a little bit scrambled by what the content is and all of the twists and turns that it takes.
I mean, once it got to the end and it was revealed that Annie Murphy was,
I read that and I closed the script and I got up and I just like walked around my apartment being like, nope, there must be some mistake. I don't know what to do in this situation. It felt like another episode of Black Mirror. It really did. Like, it felt so surreal.
And it's safe to say that in this episode, you probably do a lot of things as an actor that you haven't had the chance to explore yet, such as, embarking on a computer destroying crime spree with Salma Hayek and then taking a dump in the middle of a church with a dick on your head. So when you read through the script, what about this episode excited you the most?
I mean, so when I got a call from my agent to say that I'd been offered a job on Black Mirror, I was just like, yes, I don't care what the role is. I don't care what the plot is. I just want to be a part of this. And then I got the script and I saw the character that I was playing and I saw that Salma fucking Hayek was going to be acting with me. And then I saw that I get to take a shit in a church with a dick drawn on my head dressed as a cheerleader. And I was just like, some kind of like weird divine intervention happening right now, because this is like it's checking every single box I could possibly imagine. And then, yeah, go on like a buddy comedy rampage with Salma, dressed as she was. Like, it was just my head just truly exploded. I'm just still putting back the pieces right now.
I mean, I wish I could ask you something intelligent, but my brain is still kind of processing what I've seen. So I'm going to ask you about the quotes in this episode, right? Because there's so many iconic lines of dialogue. I mean, my favorite is your delivery of "Please don't kill me, Salma Hayek." I screamed. So I want to know, what is your favorite line of dialogue throughout the whole episode?
I think my favorite line of dialogue, which I'm going to butcher, but it was Salma's line and that she improvised. It was something along the lines of, "You can take your contract and shove it up your asshole, and I hope you get paper cuts on your hemorrhoids and die." That what came out of that head. And of course, Charlie Brooker didn't write that. He's far too, Charlie Brooker. But she like ran it past him, and he, I think, kind of begrudgingly like let her do it. But it's so funny because she's just so full of so much conviction when she's saying it. It's made me laugh every time.
The gays are going to go absolutely berserk over this episode because of the dialogue, the unhinged sequences, and obviously gay fan favorites such as you and Salma. When you were reading the episode and filming it, were you aware that the LGBTs were going to go nuts over this?
It wasn't the first thought that came to my head, but kind of as we kept shooting, and we actually did a screening last night for Pride with Trixie Mattel. It was the I Like to Watch show that Trixie does. And it was a room full of very excited, very loud, very involved gays. And it was just like Salma and I sat at the back in the dark, like last row, and just held each other's hand because we didn't realize, like, we knew it was a fun, good episode, but then hearing these like genuine gasps and cackles, and like Salma got a standing ovation at one point. Like, it felt so nice to have it out in the world. And it was a really special night.
I'm cackling to myself because I can imagine what I would have been like if I would have been there. There would have been finger wags, there would have been yasses, there would have been all, and I bet there was, right? I bet there was.
That's exactly what it was. Yes, you're picturing it correctly, and you would have fit right in. It was a blast.
I just think this episode is camp excellence. I mean, you and Salma Hayek together is something I did not know I needed, and we need some kind of spin-off.
So this is not a joke. We had so much fun together. And she is, first of all, so like wickedly smart and funny and willing to make fun of herself. And I feel like that's a rarity, especially among like the upper echelons of the Hollywood elite. But we had so much fun together that we when we wrapped, we went up to Charlie Brooker and we were like, so if you're ever wanting to write a buddy comedy for us, just say the word and we're here. And he didn't seem to love that idea, but we are genuinely putting out like a call for anyone who wants to write like a bro comedy for me and Salma. We would be so in.
Trust me, when this airs, there's going to be GIFs, I don't know how to pronounce it, memes everywhere of yours and Salma's characters, and it's going to cause some kind of change.org petition online, to get you guys in a film. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. Thank you for that vote of confidence.
I am actually going to ask you a little bit of an intelligent question now. So each episode of Black Mirror, it is a commentary on technology and the consequences it can have. And it feels like there's a lot of themes in Joan is Awful. Again, I'm clearly lacking intelligence at the moment because I'm still going through it in my mind. But I would like, what is your takeaway from the episode? What is your main takeaway?
Oh, I mean, when we shot it in September, we were all talking about how timely the episode felt and how relevant. But skip to however many months later it is, and it is like, this isn't some kind of like distant future fiction that Charlie Brooker came up with. It's like literally happening right now at this incredibly terrifying speed. And it's just scary to know that all of these like incredibly brilliant minds are calling just for a pause so we can try to begin wrapping our heads around these advancements and what they mean. And then, with the writers' strike going on right now, and having one of the like asks from the writers being like, can you not replace us with robots? And can you not train the machines off of our work? The fact that that's even a discussion right now is so much of a mindfuck. So we're living in like very awesome, in like the biggest sense of the word, times, but also really scary times, I think.
Yeah, I mean, just a few days ago, I saw this actor, put out a statement because there was a deep fake going around of him online that wasn't him, but everyone seemed to think it was. So it's so timely. This literally has predicted the future once again.
Yet again, I swear to God, he's a psychic. I swear to God, he's got his finger on some kind of pulse that we don't.
Annie, because I'm from Gay Times, I've got to ask you a question now. Okay, so since Schitt's Creek, you have garnered quite a loyal, passionate LGBTQ plus fan base. I want to know, like, can you remember a certain point when you realized that was the case for you?
Like, there was an exact moment, and I will tell you what it was. I was meeting a friend in New York for a drink, and the place that he suggested, I didn't realize, but was like a drag bar. And I got there early, and I got myself a drink, and I was waiting for him, and all of a sudden, the drag queen who was putting on a show comes up to me, and she's like, just so you know, I'm going to be doing A Little Bit Alexis mixed with Work Bitch. So, and then I thought she was going to be like, so if that makes you uncomfortable, I'm not going to do that. But she was like, so that's what's happening. And then started performing A Little Bit Alexis. And the whole bar was singing A Little Bit Alexis as my friend walked in to meet me. And I had to be like, I did not pay anyone for this to happen. Like, this is just one of those life moments that I will never forget.
Brilliant. I need to ask you one final question before we go. When are we getting that music video for A Little Bit Alexis? Come on, I'm waiting.
I mean, that is a strongly worded letter to Dan Levy. I have been working on that for years. He kept saying like, oh, we don't have the budget for it. But like, he does. And we know it.
I'll have a word with Dan.
Please do.
I'll have a word.
Please do.
Annie, thank you so much. It's been so fun chatting with you. And honestly, this episode's going to go crazy. It's going to go mental.
Thank you. Thank you.